morning. My name is Dave LaBrash. I'm the president of Clarendon Hill and Westmont's Bank, and I'm also a member of the board of directors for People's Resource Center. On behalf of the entire board of directors, I'd like to welcome you to People's Resource Center's new home for good. It's now my privilege to introduce the Wonder Woman behind all of this. Ladies and gentlemen, our executive director, Kim Perez.
Thank you all so much for joining us this morning. It is absolutely wonderful to see so many friends and supporters of People's Resource Center with us today. I'm grateful for Dave's comments, although it's not me that is the Wonder Woman, it is my team. So it really is amazing to be surrounded by such amazing people. Today is kind of a dream come true in a lot of ways, because since I started at People's Resource Center about 5 years ago, it really has been a dream to have this building. We've talked about it and planned for it, and it's wonderful to be in this space and have it be our reality. So thank you so much for celebrating us with us today. It's all these years of planning that's culminated into space that I think we can all be really proud of and be confident that it will truly make a difference in our DuPage County community for our struggling neighbors. Hopefully you've all had a chance to wander around the building, explore, take a tour. If you haven't, please stick around and do that after the program. Hopefully you'll be able to see that this space that we've envisioned, this larger space and beautiful, bright, open space, is something that will continue to allow us to continue to respond to hunger and poverty for years to come, and will continue to allow us to provide transformational services for so many families in need. On April 1st, 2015, People's Resource Center opened our doors here in this beautiful new facility to our clients, and the response has been tremendously positive. I have the privilege every day of interacting with and hearing the comments of the clients as they're wandering through the building and leaving with their full shopping carts and things like that. I know the staff at PRC and the volunteers have also heard these comments as well. But just how wonderful they feel with a beautiful, bright, clean, spacious facility. They've shared their gratitude that the space is now more conducive to their learning goals, and that when they come here feeling challenged and overwhelmed by their life circumstances, that having a warm and welcoming environment really makes a difference to them. Another group, in addition to our clients, that have actually hopefully experienced the positive difference of this new facility are our amazing volunteers. PRC as an overall organization has the privilege of working with more than 2,000 volunteers each year. Yeah. Our volunteers provide the significant majority of our direct services to our neighbors in need. And these volunteers, especially those that have worked out of Westmont, have been patient, have been working in very tight spaces, but providing incredibly high quality services. When I say they were patient, it was years in which they would say, "So have you found the right building yet?" And I'd say, "No, yep, we're still looking." And that takes a lot of patience. And I'm just really grateful that they've stuck with us and shared their ideas and their plans. But now that we've moved, our volunteers have shared with me that they now have the tools to serve our clients even better. Tools as basic as having a sink to wash out paintbrushes in the art room. They used to have to do it in the bathroom. Having private meeting space so that they can have a coaching conversation with a job seeker who has challenges that are private and don't want to have the world hear. And also having space to sort clothing and have our clients shop for clothing and not require 4 hours of setup and tear down every single week for that to happen. Our volunteers have helped to make this building possible, and hopefully they will continue to feel the transformation of what this space will allow us to do. In addition to our volunteers, the fantastic PRC staff has already experienced benefits from this new facility. I am so lucky to be surrounded by smart, caring, dedicated, and fun people. It is a privilege. But now they actually have desks and computers and phones, and they don't have to work in hallways anymore, which, let me tell you, was not that unusual at our last building. People's Resource Center has been privileged to have a very long time and very collaborative relationship with the DuPage County government and members of the staff. The county has supported us through a number of grant opportunities that have supported our programs and made enormous impact on our neighbors in need. DuPage County, through the Community Development Commission, supported this project with an anchor gift through Community Development Block Grant funds. And it's really this gift that allowed the trigger to be pulled for us to move from vision to action. And I am honored to have with us this morning, we are honored to have with us this morning, the DuPage County Board Chairman, Dan Cronin. I'm so thankful for Chairman Cronin's leadership and for the tremendous partnership that we have with Mary and Tom and so many of the DuPage County staff members. I have a certificate I'd like to present to Chairman Cronin, but also invite him to make a few remarks.
Thank you. Well, thank you very much, Kim, and congratulations to you on a job well done. I think the most remarkable piece of information that you've shared with us is the 2,000 volunteers. I think that speaks volumes for the kind of organization and the effectiveness of this organization. I'd like to recognize Ron Gunther, Mayor of Westmont, is here with us. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Not easy to be a public servant these days, and I really appreciate your leadership and the opportunity to work with you. Well, good morning, everybody. What a pleasure it is to be here with you on such an august occasion for an important purpose. I say important because we all strongly believe in the notion that a county or a community is only at its best, only at its strongest when people work together to raise our neighbors up, right? So that's certainly what we've seen here from the People's Resource Center as it assists 31,000 families of our DuPage County neighbors and friends every year. On behalf of the thousands of families to whom you have given a hand up from poverty into self-sufficiency, I thank you. Here in DuPage County, we face economic challenges head-on. Has the recovery taken hold? I believe it has, but I know that not everyone has a firm grasp on a good job, a stable place to live, and enough money to buy food and meet their bills every month. We know that. Thousands are still struggling. Our Community Services Department, led by Mary Keating here, and I can't thank Mary enough for her vision, her leadership, and her effectiveness. Through Mary's department, we fund organizations like People's Resource Center, and that's what you do. You do it so well in this partnership, collaborative approach to government. I think that's what we take a lot of pride in here in DuPage County. We don't set up some big bureaucracy, some arm of the government, and say we're going to take care of you. I think what we do that really sets us apart from a lot of other communities is that we collaborate and we partner with those folks that know the issues the best, like Kim Perez, like People's Resource Center, private providers, volunteers, people that are on the ground, that are close contact with the goal and the objective of this service. We are proud to have assisted with this project. I think it was $750,000 in a community block grant fund. Now with 3 times the space, you can serve more clients more efficiently. DuPage also provides county human service grant funding on a yearly basis to help your staff provide meals, job training, literacy programs, clothing, and other services that change lives. Of course, we're not alone in this effort. We hear a lot about the suburbanization of poverty. For instance, from 1999 to 2012, the number of children living in poverty in DuPage County has increased 137%. But we're clearly doing something right. Just last week, the New York Times cited a report called the Equality of Opportunity Project. It showed that DuPage County provides one of the nation's top outcomes for youth living at or near poverty level. Tells me is that DuPage County is ahead of the curve. supported well-organized nonprofits like yours that remain laser-focused on the changing needs of suburban residents who seek help. You became multilingual when you needed to. You employed technology when you knew the power of it. But service, caring, and devotion to clients, that never changes. And I think it speaks volumes once again with 2,000 volunteers that provide that service, that care and devote their time and their passion to their brothers and sisters in the neighborhood, in the community. So yes, I'm proud to support the People's Resource Center as a valuable piece of the DuPage safety net that lifts our friends and neighbors up to a better tomorrow. I think it speaks volumes about who we are. I don't think in government there's any better way to define the kind of performance that you provide until you evaluate how that government, that community takes care of those that are most in need in your community. And so I really I believe in the mission of the People's Resource Center, and I commend you and congratulate you on a job well done.
Thank you so much, Chairman Cronin. Thank you. When we established the list of requirements for our new facility, the requirement at the top of the list was to remain in Westmont. The entire village of Westmont has been overwhelmingly supportive of the People's Resource Center since we opened years ago. And we knew that this was not something that we could take for granted. During the years that we spent on our facility search, there were moments where we weren't sure we'd reach that goal of staying in Westmont. And we kept looking and we kept looking. And it was really thanks to the amazing commitment from the leaders in Westmont, the village board, Mayor Gunter, and other community leaders like Larry Forsberg, who made it possible for us to find this space and get creative with it and achieve our goal of staying in Westmont. The project would not have been possible without the strong support from so many Westmont leaders. We are true partners with our friends in Westmont, and I am thankful for their generosity in so many ways. We're honored to have so many of our friends from Westmont here with us today, from the police chief and the fire folks and members of the village board. It is my honor, though, to introduce Mayor Ron Gunter to accept a certificate and to share some remarks.
On behalf of the Village of Westmont, we're extremely proud and excited that PRC remained in Westmont. I think the community has experienced 15 to 20% people living here under the poverty level. We're in DuPage County. A lot of times people think that we don't have people that live in poverty, but we do. And I think the experience here is a tremendous facility that's going to provide the services for our community and our residents, not only here on this side of DuPage, but all the way through DuPage.
I'm really grateful that y'all joined us this morning. We are going to do an official ribbon cutting. So anyone who was a partner in construction on the project, you know who you are. Anyone who's on the board, anyone who has received a certificate this morning, would you please join me outside so that we can do our official ribbon cutting? Please stay for more breakfast, more tours, but thank you, thank you, thank you.